Hello everybody, I'm here to show you guys a new team build. I'm going to call it the DOT build. I'm going to show you guys some game footage here on World Tier 4. I'm going to fight this boss here. For the DOT we got Mannie. She's going to be our main damage dealer. Let's get started. Add some debuffs. Get that damage. At this point, I don't really need to fight him anymore. I just kind of take damage. Still getting myself. Everybody, I'm gonna go over this team comp for the DOT team. Alright, so we got Mannie, whose attack right now is only at 14,000, which could be a lot higher. Still working on her. For her gear set, using cryo acceleration, the exploration of the unknown, is pretty good. In this DOT, you got DOT interval decreased by 15%, so more ticks for that. Especially if you're hitting her with the crit defense down on an enemy. Her skills, her normal skill here does give decreased crit defense on its own, so that's kind of where that synergy would be coming from. A little bit more work on the staff, sword, and the longsword. The dual swords, I went with Black Flame for now, since it's kind of the better dual swords right now. Right, this team really needs crit damage more than crit rate, just because you get like automatic crit. Pretty much with this one here, cold damage equals 20% of attack as critical hit every 1 second. So you really don't need to build crit rate. You just need crit damage. Drake doesn't really need to be in this team comp. He's just here because I need someone to activate a combo attack with Mannie with. And if you have like another DPS that you really need, if you want to use Mannie as a secondary DPS, you can swap out Drake for somebody else or build him up. I don't really have him built. I'm using the Black Shadow Greatsword, just messing around with this skill here. Neutralization. Attacking an incapacitated enemy decreases all elemental burst resistance by 70%. I thought that was pretty good. The problem I'm seeing with this, though, because I think it has potential, is that you have to wait for them to be frozen so that you can see this debuff kind of take effect. So it does work with the freeze team. It just takes longer and you don't really see it activating as much. Dreyfus here is going to be really good for this team. He's one of the main debuffers and buffers. So what he does, this skill here, it gives 1 stack of weaken for 40 seconds. 40 seconds is a pretty long time. And his cooldown's only, let's see, 7 seconds. So every 7.5 seconds or so, you get 5% increase in damage with this skill here, which is pretty good. His T 5, I believe, has gives you another cooldown for the Sting Breaker, so you'll be able to do 10%. So you'll be able to hit 50% pretty fast. Piercing Light, it just gives you tag gauge restore with weaken, so he's like kind of our main tag gauge refiller. His armor set I'm using, the Royal Butler, also gives team gauge by 800 when he attacks a DLT enemy, so that works there. And debuff duration efficiency, which is really needed for him since he gives so many debuffs. Very minimally built, level 1 gear all the way across, no mastery points or potential. I could work on it just so I could get the T5, at least on 1. I think that would be really good. Slater also pretty good in his team. It's pretty good in every team. He's one of the main debuffer for damage, so it's pretty good. His engravement set works really well as well to get debuff duration, DOT efficiency. If he attacks an enemy that is taking DOT, results in a critical hit, the DOT interval decreases by 23% for 10 seconds. I'm not sure if it's working entirely with this team yet. I think it only works for him and his bleed, but if there is some synergy, I'm not sure if I see it yet, but keep an eye on that. Bleed is pretty important in this team comp, so Slater is a good applicator of that, especially with this Q here. So Dreyfus, his passive gives increase DLT 50%, decrease of DLT interval by 20%, so you get that if he's attacking a bleed enemy. But yeah, I would, like, the only thing I would change right now would probably be Drake. I would switch him for either Meliodas if he has some harder content, or Jericho. I think Jericho would benefit a lot from the cold resistance, and she can be the main DPS in this team. But yeah, those are my thoughts. Could work for that crit rate set, but again, you really don't need crit rate. I am working on a different team setup as well with Mannie, but I will set that out when I have it more fleshed. But yeah, I just want to show you kind of another team comp here. Don't really see a lot of, especially Dreyfus. He's not really been playing much lately. Yeah, thank you guys for watching. And I'll go ahead and get this started for you guys. First, we start with Slater. Go ahead and add those debuffs. And next, Dreyfus. Some more debuffs. We'll stack this to 10. Alright, now it's 10. You just take tick damage. At this point, you can just swap out to your other DPS to do damage. I'm just gonna let it tick for now. Alright, just gonna do this. Oh, it didn't use the grind. Oops. Again, just do minimal damage here. Also just keeping up with those debuffs. And yeah, That's about it. That's all the DOT damage. We're gonna fight this boss here in Hell mode. So I'll show you how she performs in a dungeon for